Hello, I'm John Bachman. Welcome to Newsmax Health. Secrets to getting rid of stubborn fat. We'd all like to know them. Many of us have problem areas of fat that no matter how hard we exercise or diet, we just can't seem to lose them. Now, here with Newsmax Health to discuss this is Dr. Erica Schwartz, a leading national expert on wellness. Well, Dr. Schwartz, some experts say that estrogenic foods can cause problem areas of fat. Talk about what they are, and is it true? And what does it mean to say a food is estrogenic?
Well, interestingly enough, we need to understand that estrogen is a great hormone that when we're young, it keeps us young and makes us fertile. It's a wonderful hormone. But it's gotten a lot of bad press because of things like synthetic estrogens. And synthetic estrogens, whether they're taken orally in the form of birth control pills or Premarin or drugs that your doctor prescribes that are synthetic estrogens, or they're found in the food that we eat, those are bad estrogens. They're synthetic, and what they do is they disrupt the hormonal balance in your body, and they're endocrine disruptors. So they actually create more problems than they solve. And at the head of the list is synthetic hormones. The next there is foods that contain estrogenic phytoestrogens or herbal-based estrogens. Now, we shouldn't get scared of it, but we should understand. When we go into menopause and we lose estrogen, that's when in general we start getting fat around the middle. We start getting the saddle hips, saddle bags. We start getting fat, the belly. And it's not because you have too much estrogen, but rather because you don't have enough estrogen and because the balance of hormones is not what it should be.
Now, those areas you talked about, the belly, the hips, the thighs, nobody likes those.
No.
And then they don't necessarily look good, but are there other does it damage our health to have that fat on our bodies?
Having fat that is extra fat beyond the normal amount of fat on your body is unnecessary. It's heavier for your body to carry. It's difficult on your cardiovascular system, on breathing, and leads to obesity, diabetes, heart disease, hypertension. So the answer is you don't want fat anywhere on your body. But sometimes genetics take precedence, so we'll have fat in areas that we really don't want it in. So the way to get rid of that fat is to increase the amount of water we eat, to increase the amount of exercise, and special exercises are focused on core, which is the belly, hips, thighs, and actually if you do the exercises correctly, they do shrink. And if you're not eating junk while you're doing these exercises. Increasing water, as I said to you, green tea. There are supplements like omega-3 fish oil, L-carnitine, that actually also help get rid of the unwanted fat. Another thing is using a brush. And instead of using a washcloth, you use a brush in the shower, and that actually increases circulation in the problem areas and washes away some of the fat.
Like a loofah sponge, or
exactly.
Okay, interesting.
Exactly.
Well, of course, many people look to liposuction for a quick fix on this. You mentioned some other things that people can do. What else can people do if they really feel like they're back in the corner and they need to get rid of some of this fat?
Well, if you talk to a dermatologist or a plastic surgeon, they're going to say liposuction. And I'm not saying don't do liposuction. All I'm saying is that liposuction may be the last resort after you've dieted and lost the weight that you needed to lose, after you started exercising and stopped eating junk. If you have areas that are stubborn, then liposuction is an answer. The only problem with liposuction is that fat likes to go where it is. So it'll come back and you may lose your butt in order to get more hips if that's what your genetics are. So you have to, again, be honest, be balanced, and understand what's going on in your body and why it's going on.
And some of these things you see, like these thermal wraps, does any of that work? Is that just a gimmick?
I think a lot of these things are gimmicks because we are so ready to be victims and to look for a quick fix. So I think there are a lot of gimmicks, but there's also a lot of validity to exercise, diet, water, rubbing it with loofah. I mean, there are intelligent ways to make it better. We don't have to be victims.
Well, exercise and a good diet, that's usually the solution to a lot of problems.
And sleep.
And sleep. And sleep. Dr. Erica Schwartz, thanks so much for being with us at Newsmax Health.
Thank you.